It's Clark the Shark, Detective and Sharky from the LAPD OJ Homicide Division, where we're going to talk about OJ and could he be innocent? I know me, Clark the Shark, I think he's fucking guilty as hell, and so do all of you. But there are some weird things. It's almost like we were all abducted by UFOs in 1994. Of course, that's the year that Blake Douchebag killed himself, and a very horrible musician, so-called, was born named Justin Douchebag, related to Blake. It's weird. They both have the name Douchebag. Of course, Blake was in the Douchebag Effect, that amazing three-piece band from Seattle. And then his cousin or nephew, Justin Douchebag, is a big-time useless superstar today, or something like that, in hip-hop, rap, pop, and other fucking shitty music. But we're not talking about those 1994 related people or things. We're talking about OJ. Now, the OJ case. We all pretty much think OJ's guilty, but here's some weird things. The night before the verdict was announced, I was in Beverly Hills, and I said to myself, I guarantee you he's innocent tomorrow, mainly because the jury was just all like black people or black women or something like that. But I remember telling my brother Greg that, and Greg was like, Clark, I don't think so. But I was like, yeah, Greg, he's going to be guilty. 1-800-449-8255. But he's going to be called innocent by the jury. Now, Clark the Shark, I'm here in North San Diego at the Smart and Final. My wife, Alita, is shopping. What she usually does, she's good at, especially when we have no money, but and no credit cards. I don't know how we do it. The Lord God gives us money, you guys, or something, or we do Uber for money right here on the Clark the Shark show. But I want to talk about OJ. That's what we're dedicated to today. OJ, was he innocent? Was he guilty? Of course, he just died of, I guess, prostate cancer, which is like really bad disease. Like my hair, sorry you guys, my bangs. I'm 60 years old or 59 with bangs. I'm not bald, and I'm really young. Like I'm not gray haired, and I don't chain smoke or hang out at the bar drinking 3 6-packs of Budweiser like most guys that are 60. It could be because they have money in the bank and they're retired. And of course, me, Clark the Shark, God above, the good Lord would have it where I'm 60 with no money, and just like, it's a miracle. I have a check for $473 or $472 from SSDI skin cancer that comes on the 1st or the 3rd or something like that. But we're not here to talk about the woeful pratfalls or pitfalls of Sharkadoodle-Doo, the Sharkalama Ding Dong at 1-800-449-8255 right here on the Clark the Shark show. We're talking about OJ, and was he guilty? Was he really innocent? The night before, the Swami, the guy, the clairvoyant, the chosen one, Clark the Shark, who most of the world doesn't notice. I'm like a little teeny tiny little mouse. But I told my brother Greg, I guarantee you, the jury going to find him not guilty tomorrow. And I'll never forget all the people in Bel Air where I worked. The landscapers were all saying, it's BS. Clark the Shark, he's guilty as hell. And I thought he was guilty too, but I looked at that jury and I knew they were going to let him walk out of there. Kind of reparations for the Rodney King thing 2 or 3 years earlier. But that's another video too, here on the Clark the Shark show. We're talking about OJ. Guilty or innocent. Now, here are some red flags and things about the OJ situation, you guys. Number one, the blood evidence that so convinced Robert Kardashian and others, that OJ might be guilty, or that he has, Kardashian said to Baba Wawa in that interview that Kardashian thought that OJ might be guilty. He has doubts about the case. And he also said that, what was that guy's name? Howard Weitzman or Robert Bob, that other guy, the guy that started LegalZoom. Mr. LegalZoom thought OJ was guilty, you guys. And he was the lead attorney, I guess, or the main guy on the, I can't remember his name. They're all a bunch of slime balls, F. Lee Bailey, Johnny Cochran, and Kardashian, and all of them, Barry Sheck, or whatever his name was. That guy reminds me of Adam Schiff. Maybe they're related. Barry Sheck, Adam Schiff, and Kato Kalin. I think they're all like cousins or nephews right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255, the Fabulous Shark, the world's most amazing talk radio DJ, MC, microphone guy, and also good looking. Look at me, you guys. I'm 60 or 59, and I don't look a day over 59 or 60, but in a sexy way. Me, Clark the Shark. But we're not here to talk about how amazingly good looking and sexy Sharky is. We're here to talk about OJ, innocent or guilty. Now, the blood evidence. If I were OJ that day when he flew to Chicago, then they called him and, hey, OJ, get back here. Your wife was murdered. We think you did it. Or they didn't quite say that on the phone, but, get back here, OJ. We might want to question you or arrest you or something. And, of course, the guys in Chicago at the this is a weird thing, you guys, and it's true. They found a broken glass at OJ's room. Glass in the trash can. OJ really did break a glass and cut his finger, and he even asked for a Band-Aid. This is before the LAPD called or something, or maybe about the same time. I don't know. But they found a broken glass. OJ really cut his finger in Chicago. It's true, you guys. So OJ did not cut himself at this scene, you guys. He really did cut his finger in Chicago, or at least there was a broken glass. Who knows? Maybe Ron Goldman somehow got OJ to cut his own finger or something. It's possible. 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. But in Chicago, this is key evidence here, you guys. They found a broken glass and evidence that OJ slammed the glass down, cut his finger, and OJ asked the front desk for a Band-Aid. Really weird, you guys. And all of you are out there, well, that's because OJ planned it, Sharky. Like, he was, Garth, like, Mark Furman was on the phone, and, like, Van Atterr was on the phone, Sharky, and he wanted to look like he had a cut on his hands. He broke a glass. I mean, dude, if OJ hadn't broke that glass in Chicago, who knows? He had no cuts on him then. And then what would they do then if OJ had no cuts? So that little teeny cut on his finger, that was all LAPD had to work with, you guys. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. This is real. Now, when OJ came back to LA, they did interview with OJ, and you can go online and read that with Van Atterr and OJ talking, or maybe Robert Lang, I'm not sure, one of the LAPD guys. But OJ made the foolish error of giving blood that day. Now, Furman and other guys, maybe Van Atterr, Lang, and others, already investigated the blood at 5 a.m. And they claim they found OJ's blood then. Now, OJ hadn't given blood yet. So this is weird. They may have even gathered blood while OJ was in Chicago. So they couldn't have planted blood, you guys. Yet they claim they found blood. And when they tested the blood, it may have EDTA in it or something, but, it was, maybe they sprinkled it after the fact once they got it from OJ at the laboratory. I don't know. But they gathered blood at 5 a.m, Furman, Van Atterr, Lang, and all these other cops and investigators carefully claim. They put it all, the defense of OJ, those guys, Johnny Cochran and, F. Lee Bailey and all those guys, Barry Scheck, claim they didn't store the blood well in refrigerators like they should. And if they did do that, that's another screw up by LAPD, you guys. So the blood evidence, there was some collected at the scene that did contain OJ's blood before. And now I know a lot of you are like, damn it, Shark. No way, Sharky. They didn't get OJ's blood till July when they went back and put it there. You guys, they found OJ's blood at 5 a.m. from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. doing an investigation. No OJ. OJ wasn't even here. He was in Chicago. Or at least so they claim. Maybe they added OJ's blood at the laboratory later. I mean, come on, dude. It's the LAPD. They plant weed. We're talking about back in the 80s, 70s, 90s. They'll plant whatever on you. If they catch you with a moped, they'll plant like a fucking, they'll scratch off the serial number or they'll add a serial number. Dude, the Torrance cops, the LAPD, Gardena, dude, you name it, Lawndale, Carson, back in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s, dude, they were planting evidence on people. They were. And OJ, they probably did him also, you guys. Now, the bloody glove at Rockingham. I believe... Now, this is a weird theory by Clark the Shark. I believe OJ may have planted that glove, at that air conditioner himself, knowing that LAPD was going to frame him. Okay, you remember when Kato Kalin heard the 3 bumps, like there were the sounds? That was probably OJ planting the glove on himself, knowing they're going to find this glove. And then everyone's going to go, why would OJ plant a bloody glove? I might do that. If I killed someone, me, Clark the Shark, and I was a celebrity, I would plant the bloody glove right in my bedroom. And then it would, dude, who would be that stupid? Why would you plant a bloody glove on yourself? So it would look like the cops did it. Think about it, you guys. You got to think like OJ. 1-800-449-8255. Or maybe... Kato Kalin heard OJ's son plant the glove. But, or who knows, maybe it was just some sounds in the night and Furman really hopped the fence and planted the glove, which is probably really what really happened. Kato Kalin heard a possum or a rat or a squirrel or something, or maybe a burglar or a prowler who ran away in the night. And, the Lord, God probably did that just to make it more fun and confusing. And then... in the morning, OJ never went over there. It's just Furman went over there and planted the glove right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Now, we all know OJ probably did do this crime, and the LAPD tried to frame him anyway with the planted blood, the planted gloves, the planted evidence, and the blood on the gate that they found in July, a month later, things like that. We know it's possible, you guys. So there's just some things, It is weird that Kato Kalin heard the sounds. That could have been OJ in the night. And, of course, it remains. How did OJ do all this? Drive back to Rockingham from Bundy. And in 10 minutes, got rid of the bloody knife, the bloody clothes, took a shower. Police searched his pipes, his shower, his bathroom, his toilet, his sink. No blood in the bathroom at all. That's weird. OJ had tons of blood on him. There should be blood all over the floor, bloody clothes, blood all over him. Yet there's none, you guys. 1-800-449-8255 here on Detective Detector, Clark the Shark Columbo show here, LAPD Homicide Division, Clark the Shark. I'm telling you guys, how did OJ kill these people? There should be blood all over him. And there's no blood. There's no knife. There's no clothes. Just little teeny tiny drops of blood, minuscule amounts. Not just at Rockingham, but at Bundy. There's hardly any OJ blood, you guys. There's plenty of Nicole and Ron Goldman blood. But the OJ blood is... there is some because LAPD probably planted it and sprinkled it or carefully put it down and then they collected it to make it seem like it's OJ's blood. But honestly, you guys, all in all, a brick in the wall, there isn't a lot of blood from OJ, and there should be a tremendous amount of blood all over him, tons of bloody clothes, bloody knife. You know what I think happened here, you guys? I think, like a lot of people, that OJ's son did this, and OJ, like all douchebags, covered for his son and almost wrecked his own life. He did destroy his own life in the process, covering for his dumbass son who knew how to use knives, who was trained to use knives. I don't know if OJ was, but whoever did this killing, it was very sloppy. There's blood everywhere. I think it was OJ's son. I do, you guys, or who knows? But did OJ know about it? Did OJ maybe go over to the scene and everything? I don't know. Maybe he did. Probably. OJ, they say, could pass the lie detector test. And Nicole Brown Simpson's sister, remember her, that really ugly, bitchy lady that we hate? She said OJ would pass a lie detector test because OJ believes he's innocent, like most psychopaths do. Probably Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and Mark David Chapman all think they're innocent too, right here on the Clark the Shark show. So there's my analysis of the OJ. My 3 or 4 red flags about OJ. In Chicago, there's a broken glass. There's sketchy or scant blood evidence of OJ at Bundy and Rockingham, and what little there is looks planted. OJ gave blood at LAPD, and then Van Atterr took the blood to the scene, which he shouldn't have done. And that's why the jury's like, dude, we have to acquit him. If you were stupid enough to bring this blood vial to the murder scene, Van Atterr, then you're a fucking dumbass, dude. And now we got to let maybe a double homicide murderer named OJ walk free right here on the Clark the Shark show. So next time, don't bring the vial of blood to the crime scene, LAPD. They probably don't anymore now, and they fucking probably got smart and fired Van Atterr and Mark Furman and all the other fucking guys too. But definitely don't plant blood like you did on the gate, and that you collected in July 94, 1 month after the murder. Because had you not brought the blood vial to the scene and then planted the blood on the gate, you could have got a conviction from that jury, whether OJ did it or not, or OJ just knew about it, or OJ was on the scene, or he left, or he covered for his son, or who knows, dude. But in planting the glove, planting the blood, putting the blood on the gate, if you did bring OJ's blood to the homicide analysis with the labs, which you probably did too, I bet you guys did that. Had you just not drawn OJ's blood at all, and another thing, dude, OJ should have said, you guys, I'm not giving my fucking blood. If OJ hadn't given his blood, there'd be no case at all, because then you guys would have no blood to plant. Furman couldn't have planted the bloody glove. There'd be no blood on the gate. You see where I'm going here, you guys? OJ might really be guilty. He probably is. But in trying to make him guilty, you fucked up the case. And now you planted the seed of doubt in everyone's head. And, I kind of blame this guy up here for all this, because he's like, I love a good mystery, Shark. God, he's like, I love a good JFK. I just don't want it to be easy or simple. I want you to look forever, Sharky, for the answer. Like maybe it's fun looking for the answer. But I know this, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark show, 1-800-449-8255. Don't plant evidence. Don't beat people up or strangle people, cops, or take 5 guys on top of a guy and he can't breathe and all that shit. Maybe the guy's a fucking asshole and he deserves it, but don't do it. Don't plant evidence. You fucked up the OJ case, LAPD, right here on the Clark the Shark show. Columbo, Inspector Clouseau, Sharky MD, the PhD, LAPD homicide, head of the bureau, me, Clark the Shark. From the golden EIB sharkerphone, it's not a microphone, baby. Shark R. Furman, detective, LAPD, Van Atterr, right here at your service, your humble servant. I just cracked the OJ case. Why the jury let OJ go, why they let him walk, was not because he was innocent, but it was because LAPD planted evidence and fucked up the case. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, and I'm out of here. Peace.